Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily. Des here. Who's ready to attack the week? Who's ready for some Monday motivation to give another one a real good go? Definitely in great spirits today. At the moment, I'm just coming to the end of a 20-mile walk. I've actually revisited the Robin Hood Way, the start from Nottingham Castle. Got 8 of the Do Running guys with me, invited them to come along. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. We've actually been out now for about 8 hours. You can probably see my suntan. The weather's been absolutely amazing. Real great team effort, real great spirit, and of course I mentioned about never missing a Monday, getting in plenty of activity. We've more than made the most of the bank holiday, and that's important too, isn't it? How many times have we woke up on a bank holiday Monday and thought we're going to do this, that and the other, got big plans, and it don't really materialise, it don't really come off. But having put this one in the calendar a few weeks ago, a few months, invited anybody that wanted to join us, it's something we've sort of gone, done, ticked off, and started the week in an absolutely sort of with great purpose and intention, but in a great sort of frame of mind too. Everybody's absolutely buzzing, everybody's really enjoyed it, whilst we're all really tired now. Like I say, we are just coming to the end. We've had an absolutely brilliant day, and I think that's really important. Of course, I always talk about getting the week off to a flyer, never missing a Monday, getting in your activity early to sort of build things up as the week goes on. But towards the end of last week, whilst I'm feeling absolutely fantastic in general as well, feeling positive and content and happy with what I'm doing, just started to feel that the world going back to some sort of normality will possibly be a little bit overwhelming, whilst I'm sort of ready for it, prepared and going to give it a real good go. Really excited last week about the return of in-person activity, and I wouldn't change that for the world. Something I've been waiting for the last 14 months, but all of a sudden it's made things very busy. Took on a lot of different projects and a lot of new things to encourage people to stay active and well through the pandemic, and all of a sudden I'm just finding that just got to sort of find out what works, to plan and prepare a little bit more, because through all the excitement, towards the end of the week I started feeling really tired, feeling a little bit anxious, and then surprisingly, but not embarrassingly, but surprisingly, a little bit of fear crept in about how I take it all forward, how I keep delivering the promise of all the things we've been doing, the online resources, the virtual stuff, the group activity in person, So, sort of heeding my own advice, I took a few minutes to give it some real thought. I spoke to a couple of friends about how to go about things, took on their advice, and basically rethought it, made some tough decisions about what I can and can't do, and that'll all become apparent in the next couple of weeks. But sort of all of a sudden I'm feeling a lot more confident and comfortable about what I'm doing. So whilst there was a little bit of fear, made me also realise that that's not a bad thing, is it? That's not necessarily something to be scared of. Bit contradictory, I know, but I'm sure you get what I mean. We ride this roller coaster of emotions, don't we? If everything was straightforward, we're probably disregarding the reality. We're probably sort of a little bit distracted and not paying full attention to what we're doing. So it's important to consider how we are approaching things, and I think that's really important to mention. I could have gone through last week and ticked it off and said that was absolutely fantastic, it's brilliant, the groups are back, I feel like everything's been worthwhile. All those things are true, I won't say they're not, but I also had to look at how they've impacted me, how they've taken a lot out of me, and realise that I need to sort of make things work for me, as well as trying to sort of encourage and support other people. I need to realise how things work for me. So sort of going back to coming out today, it's all about sort of doing the things you enjoy, doing great things. This is something I picked up during lockdown. Something I really enjoy is walking. Do you know, I started this route for the Wake Up to Walk episode on a Friday, and whilst that's got a purpose in encouraging people to attack the day, and I'll explain benefits of doing that on a Friday, do you know, today it's just about going out there and enjoying something I've taken so much from. And by doing that, you know, it's got me off to an absolute flyer. It's got my activity. I've never missed a Monday. All those boxes ticked, and I'll be really looking forward to what we've got available throughout the rest of the week. Whilst I've said things are going to be changing slightly for the time being, it's just about sort of maintaining what we have got. You know, tomorrow is a solidarity session, 6:30. Virtually, you can join us, take part in whichever activity you choose, do you know, wherever you're from, do you know, to show that we're just carrying on doing all the things that have worked so far. Do you know, in that changing world, do you know, that's something that's been a brilliant success, been absolutely fantastic and worthwhile, do you know. So again, what I tried to do is bring everyone together to, if they did miss a Monday, they didn't quite get their activity in today. I know people have probably had plans with a family or commitments elsewhere, even work commitments. Not everybody's as fortunate to have it off. Do you know, if that has been the case, join us for that tomorrow to take the week forward from there on in. If you have got it out, it's an opportunity to build on it and keep that positivity flowing. On Wednesday, it's all about the Wednesday workout. Of course, we've had the return to the group. Yesterday, we had the return to the Sunday Run Fun group. Do you know, similar to a Wednesday, but much more relaxed in a way, whilst it is very similar, like I just said. Do you know, just the chance to get up, socialise with friends in a quieter environment, it's absolutely brilliant. Do you know, I love them both equally as much, but it just offers something that's not always there. Do you know, on a Wednesday we use it to distract us from the busy week. On a weekend we can just sort of take a time, get in plenty of epic activity, do you know, do something more than worthwhile, but also sort of sit back with that little bit of extra time we generally get, you know. And that's important, isn't it, to sort of share that. For us today, this has been an extension of that even more. Like I say, when sometimes Bank Holiday Mondays can become another Sunday, we've absolutely made the most of it. On Thursday, it's all about Thursday Thoughts, the live questions and answers. Anything you've got to ask me, whether it's about what I'm doing today, what I plan to do next, you know, how I'm changing things up, you know, how I'm getting used to the new normal, how I'm bringing the old normal into the new normal, and thinking about the even newer normal when things change again. Because that's going to happen, isn't it? I'm not sort of blind to the fact that with a mixture of the two, it's going to create a whole new sort of array of problems and things to think about and deal with. But that's what problems are for, aren't they? To deal with. But as I said before, if we keep sort of, if we ignore them, if we're a little bit ignorant to them and pretend there's not a problem sometimes, that's when things can really get on top of us. So, further to that, on Friday we have the Wake Up to Walk episode. I'll be back on the Robin Hood Way, a bit further along from where I am now, joining up from where I left off last week. Really enjoying it, really getting so much from it. Whilst I love this with the guys, you know, spent the last 8 hours just talking, joking, laughing, really making the most. On a Friday morning, it's about using it to get up, get out there, you know, get some time to myself, reflect on some of the busy stuff, some of the stuff that I was talking about before in terms of sort of the new normal and having busy things, having lots of things to deal with, having busy lives. Do you know, it gives me the chance to reflect. And from that point last week, you know, whilst I've had an absolutely fantastic weekend, I've also had a weekend of thinking about how I move forward, how I do things that a little bit better, a little bit more suited to myself, do you know. And it's put me in such a good frame of mind. Do you know, there's lots and lots to be positive about with the loosening of restrictions, with lockdown easing. In the next couple of weeks, it's hopefully going to change even more. But if we don't plan, prepare, and really make the most of things as they are as well, do you know, we're just going to get ourselves into a bit of a tizzy. I've spoke about my vulnerable feelings, do you know, and they'd only be a problem if I wasn't aware of them, do you know. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is just keep evaluating, just keep realizing that we can do so much to stay on top of things, do you know, in this ever-changing world. That's all it's been in the last 14 months, ever changing all the time. We've never quite known what's coming next. But as long as you're doing what you enjoy, you're doing what makes you happy, you're getting out there, being active, using the small things like a quick walk, a run, getting involved with people, staying connected, it's brilliant, isn't it? Do you know, even just today, we've managed to get a pub stop in. Absolutely brilliant. 2 weeks ago, we wouldn't have been able to do that. There's no chance we'd have been able to sit and have a drink. And whilst it's not everything, do you know, during an epic walk, everybody loves the pub stop, especially on a red hot day like today. Like I say, made for a real sort of uplifting occasion. It's a chance for us to really sort of push on now, use the fact that we've done 20 miles walking, do you know, we've started the week in the absolute right frame of mind, take it into that solidarity session, take it into Wednesday. And whilst all those things make us busy, do you know, if it's something you enjoy, if activity is something you like partaking in, do you know, you have to keep doing it. Do you know, we've lived in a world where we've had that little bit more time in general, do you know, whether it's been working from home or, do you know, lots of other things that have kind of been brought to us, do you know. It's time to really sort of really accept it now, isn't it? Really accept that this isn't a smooth ride. It's never going to be a smooth ride. It's going to be lots of years till we all sort of fall back to some sort of normality. I won't say to how it was, because it's not never going to go back to how it was. It's going to be something we've just got to keep looking at, keep doing our absolute most, keep getting out there, keep getting active. If you can, never miss a Monday. Hopefully what we've done today inspires some guys to get out there for at least a walk, make the most of the weather. If it's a walk to the beer garden for a pint, so be it. That's what bank holidays are for, aren't they, guys? Making the most of and enjoying the little break from the conformity of the working week. So, as you've probably seen, absolutely buzzing with what I've done today. Really enjoying it, really making the most, but also conscious of how things can just creep up on us. Not scared to admit that, not scared to admit my vulnerabilities. It's what makes it real and honest and what it is. Hopefully you've liked the episode, guys. You've understood what I'm trying to say. Please like, share and subscribe if you can. Be absolutely brilliant. Keep supporting the channel. Something I'm looking to adapt a little bit and working with 1 or 2 people. Real exciting plans, but also looking to adapt to fit into the new normal. Do you know, again, a word I'm not scared of, but something I'm definitely starting to accept. Until tomorrow in that solidarity session, I'll be back on at 6 in the yellow t-shirt, rearing to go. Do you know, might even give a run a go if my leg holds out. You know, carrying that injury is something that's been frustrating as well, but with everything going off, I'm not letting it get to me, just doing it.